Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been years since my last upload in my channel, so I'm so glad I came back with you here. And this time I would like to share videos that is educative videos. No, for today's video, it's all about Teacher's Quadrant. Teacher's Quadrant, actually, the source of this or the author of this is anonymous because I just heard this Teacher's Quadrant when I attended a meeting with the DepEd. So, ang daming alam ni DepEd, no? Diba usually yung quadrant na yan, we're just hearing it from a subject mathematics. But then, DepEd meron ng Teacher's Quadrant. So, dito, maybe, it could be a theoretical framework used to analyze teachers' behavior, teachers' motivation, or their perspective. Yung teacher dito na-categorize according to their teaching style, level of experience, or the teacher's belief about education. So, are you ready? I'm sure you would also like to hear about it. So, let's start. Okay, so let's continue. The four teachers quadrant are, first, the teacher's professional or the professional teacher. Ito yung si teacher having high commitment and high abstraction. Mataas na yung commitment niya, mataas pa yung abstraction. So, positive, positive. By the way, I'm sorry for my background. Pasensya na po. What matters most is the topic that I'm going to discuss to you. The second quadrant is the unfocused teacher. Yung high commitment, but then low abstraction. So, later on, we will discuss it one by one. And then, Quadrant 3, teacher analyst. Ano naman to siya? Yung si teacher analyst having high abstraction but then low commitment. So, merong positive and negative dito. And quadrant number 4 is the teacher's dropout. So, eto nung mahirap, no? Kasi dropout from the word dropout. Ako, mahirap to. Low commitment and low abstraction. Yon si teacher number 4 or quadrant number 4. Okay, so, let's go deeper one by one. Let's start with the professional teacher. The professional teacher, kung titignan natin, no, yung positive siya kasi high commitment siya. Positive na teacher siya. Meron siyang high commitment being a teacher plus high abstraction pa. Yung committed na siya sa work niya and lahat ng action niya is based from what is the right from the department. In short, sinusunod niya lahat kung ano yung nasa guidelines para sa ikakaunlad ng school nila. So, example, eto si professional teacher ha. Example niya, he or she uses original innovative solutions to problems. He or she shares knowledge and skills with others. Alam niya yun how to share. Kung meron siyang nitatago, he knows how to share it with others. He helps others to solve their teaching learning problems. Kung may problem, pwede niyang i-offer niya yung tulong niya. And the teacher, of course, trusts him. And then, he or she volunteers for extra assignments sa school. Kung ano yung mga merong doon na sa tingin nila may maitutulong sila, and then they really volunteer for it. And they lead school activities. May kilala ba kayo nito? So, positive talaga yung commitment niya, no? Positive talaga si teacher dito. Ang ganda na mag-influence tayo dito sa this kind of quadrant. The professional teacher. Well, anyway, dapat naman talaga ganun tayo because this is the kumbaga, dito tayo nabubuhay. If we are a teacher, then be committed with our work. So, sana nga lang, ganun. But then, let's focus to this, the teacher's quadrant, kasi nga meron siya 4. So, another example to this, a professional teacher is often consulted by peers. Diba, pag magaling si teacher, si principal na mismo sabi, nahirapan ka ba dyan? Punta ka kay magpati ka kay kasi alam ni principal na yung someone is a professional teacher that pwede niya maasahan yun. Kaya, nire-refer niya doon. And then, prepares lesson plan and reports. Yun, talaga, active talaga dyan sa mga reports and lesson plan. Diligently talaga siya dyan. And then, is articulate in speech. Yun, very particular siya dyan. And then, keep abreast of development and education. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin si teacher is updated talaga sa mga training and seminar. Gustong-gusto niya talaga. Positive talaga siya dyan. Pag meron mga ganyan na mga training and seminar, gustong-gusto talaga niya matid because he wanted to enhance his skills. He wanted to update his knowledge so that he could be productive in his school. Ganun siya willing to attend training and seminar to support the development in educational for lifelong learning. And then, si professional teacher implements school policies intelligently. Siyempre, mautak talaga yan si professional teacher kasi maaasahan ng lagi. And she also coaches underachievers. Yun, si professional teacher. So, ano kaya yung si teacher number 2 or si quadrant 2? Let's find out. Quadrant 2 or teacher's quadrant 2 is the unfocused teacher. So, from the word unfocused, no, parang medyo may thrilling to. Ibig sabihin, high commitment but low obstruction. So, may positive, may negative na. Kung kanina positive ngayon, meron ng positive, meron naman siyang negative. So, ibig sabihin, may strength si teacher, nakikita yung strength niya, but then, makikita din talaga yung weaknesses ni teacher. So, high commitment, merong high commitment si teacher. That's the positive of being a teacher talaga. Ito yung strength na like hardworking and dedicated, and yun talaga na professional teacher. However, low obstruction siya. So, dito siya ng negative. Mahina naman siya sa mga, let's say, sa mga pagtuturo or kulang sa focus sa mga pagbabahagi ng mga kaalaman para sa mga mag-aaral niya. So, anong mga examples dito? So, di ba nga, may strength and may weaknesses. So, focus muna natin strength ni unfocused teacher. So, si unfocused teacher comes to school early and leaves from school late kasi nga committed siya sa school. Seldom absent. Minsan bigla na siya talaga mag-absent kasi nga talaga committed siya sa school. They are highly committed to their student and their profession, but they put in long hours, meticulous plan lesson, gumagawa ng mga lesson plan, and readily available for student. They are reliable and dependable teacher. And then they complies with all the school policies. They welcome supervision. Sige ma'am, pasok kayo. Ready po ako anytime you would like to supervise my class. Yun, welcome niya talaga si principal kung gusto mag-observe or mag-supervise sa klase niya. Si teacher dito, nag-maintain siya ng classroom, malinis yung classroom niya, well-structured classroom. We always have a well-written plan, magandang pagsulat ng lesson plan niya. And then, they are committed, maybe driven by a genuine care for their student and the well-being and success overall of the learners. However, bakit kaya siya naging low obstruction? So, dito, yung weaknesses niya nakikita. So, si unfocused teacher, eto na, lumalapit na siya ngayon from other teachers asking for help kasi may mga bagay na hindi niya kaya nag-approach siya sa other teacher na seeking for help, asking for help. And then, he has limited creativity and innovation. So, yung teaching style niya might be traditional way, yung parang, okay lang to, yung ginagawa ko, hindi na ako magbabago kasi ito na yung nakasanayan ko, no? Yung traditional way, that's the weaknesses of unfocused teacher, and lack of creativity or innovation approach, yung kulang siya dyan. They might be resistant trying new methods or incorporating technology. May kilala ba yung teacher ganito? Perhaps yung mga teacher yung mga lengthy na sa service, no? Kasi yung nakasanayan nila yung from the start of their teaching career, yun na talaga yung parang ayaw nila sa pagbabago. Okay na to, wag na yung mga new technologies, hindi ako marunong dyan, hindi ako natututo dyan. So, may pagka-nega si teacher. So, yun, nabibilong siya dito sa unfocused teacher. And then, depends on principal or peers to solve class problems. So, kung meron mga changes, may mga challenges sa school niya, inaya niya si principal na lang, kaya niya naman yan. Or yung si co-teacher ko na lang, kaya naman niya yan. Parang ayaw niya na to be there as yung problem solver, inahayaan niya yung iba ang tutulong doon sa problema niya. So, dependable masyado siya sa mga class problem na meron. And then, he's not able to come up with a fresh, innovative solution for pupils' learning problems. Pupils' learning problems, yung nasanay na talaga siya. Visual 8 na lang. Magaling naman ako gumawa ng Visual 8. Okay na yan. Matututo na si teacher yan. Pero dito pa yan siya nabibilang sa unfocused teacher. Kasi nga, nasa 21st century na tayo, diba? O, dapat si teacher gano'n din. 21st century skills na din ang meron si teacher. So, pag meron kang nakikita, actually, yes, basically, meron talaga teacher ganun, no? So, dito sila nabibilang sa unfocused teacher. Ang taas ng commitment nila, but then pagdating sa mga pagbabago, parang ayaw nila magtanggap ng mga pagbabago because they are used to what they are started from the service. So, yun na talaga sila. Yes, difficulty interpreting instructional supervisor. Always prepare lesson plan, although yung maganda yung lesson plan niya, yung content niya, although, pero yung 50-50, ano ba sabihin ng 50-50? Yung, okay na to, so, gumawa naman ako ng plan, meron naman siyang lesson plan, without knowing na, okay na ba yun? Swak pa yung mga competencies niya doon. So unfocused teacher yun. So, they might be overemphasis on, more on memorization and repetition without sufficient emphasis on the application and understanding of the learner's lesson. So, yun si unfocused teacher, no? Maganda nga siya, pero meron namang negative side niya. Next, we move on to the next quadrant, which is the quadrant 3, the analyst teacher. Ano naman kaya si analyst teacher? So, si teacher analyst, siya yung having high abstraction but then having low commitment. So, positive negative pa rin, no? Sa quadrant 3 tayo. Yung parang excited si teacher na kasi marami siyang mga ideas, mga new knowledge, mga policies about sa department. Ang dami niyang, ang lawag ng understanding niya about sa mga principles with teaching concern. However, pagbibigyan naman si teacher analyst ng mga responsibilities, ng mga obligation, ayaw niya. Ayaw niyang tanggapin. Nega siya dito. So, let's see, ano ba yung mga halimbawa under kay teacher analyst? Una, is often come to school late. Leaves early. Yung pumasok na nga late, ang aga pa umalis ng school. No? May kilala ba kayong teacher ganun? So, teacher analyst pala yun siya. And then, carelessly or incompletely prepares lesson plan. Yung, okay, gumawa na siya ng anong tawag nito? Yung objectives, yung title ng lesson plan niya. Okay na yan, meron na ako yan. Alam ko na yung lahat. So, incomplete yung pag-prepare niya ng lesson plan. Parang sabi niya, confident na siya, meron na siyang title, alam niya na yun lahat. So, without completing the parts of lesson plan, basta meron na siyang title sa lesson plan niya, teacher analyst siya. And then, maintains messy and insufficient structured classroom. Medyo makalat, okay lang sa kanya yan. Kalat dito, kalat, okay lang sa kanya. Teacher analyst. And then always advise other teachers on what to do. Parang, dami niyang alam. Gagalawin niya pa si teacher niya, gawin ganito, ganon. But even himself, hindi naman niya kaya ayusin. Dami niyang gustong gawin ng teacher, but he himself, hindi niya naman nagagawa. Yung teacher analyst na pagdating sa meeting, ang dami niyang ino-offer na mga solutions. But then seldom naman siya ma-participate to solve a certain problem. Yun. Yung parang dada, dami niyang alam, but then ayaw naman niya gawin yung mga solutions, yung mga suggestions niya. So, ano siya? Teacher analyst. Then, is a rebel rooster, agitate for reforms. Yun na din ang changes. Ayun na yun siya. Yung parang, pag sinabi natin low commitment, ayaw niya yung mga pagbabago, may mga changes. So, changes na naman. Meron na naman ganyan. Negative siya pagdating sa mga reforms for the improvement of the institution. Negative siya dyan. Kasi low commitment nga siya. Has a lot of complaints against management. Dada. Hindi na lang magpasalamat kung anong meron kasi nasa work siya. Ang dami mostly complaints. Complaints sa co-workers niya, complaint kay principal, complaint sa learners, ganon. So, teacher analyst, yeah. And then detect supervision and open breaks policies. Yung, halina kayo, wala na si principal. Mag-marites na lang tayo, di ba? Breaking school policies. Kasi wala na si principal. Mag-marites na lang daw sila. Anong teacher yon? Teacher analyst, di ba? Maganda kaya yun? No, not good example. So, let's move on to the last quadrant. The teacher dropout. Mas naman to? From the word dropout, diba? Pag nag-drop out tayo ng learners, yung parang wala na talagang pag-asa. So, si teacher dropout, siya yung having low commitment and also having low abstraction. So, negative na talaga. My goodness. Ito yung double negative. Low na commitment niya, low pa yung abstraction niya. Do you know some teachers na ganito? Ano kaya pwede gawin sa kanila, sa this kind of teacher, dropout teachers? Let's see their example. Yung comes to school late, leaves early. Yung tulad din kanina, di ba? Kasi low commitment din siya, parang ganun din. Papasok ng late, tapos gustong umuwi ng maaga. And then, write sloppy lesson plan, used copied or recycled lesson plan. Meron na ako para last year. Yung parang ganun. Yun na lang, ganun din naman yun. So, teachers drop out. Or the dropout teacher, doesn't hold remedial coaching. So, pag may mga remedial coaching, ayaw niya siya. Negative siya. And then, spend teaching time on non-teaching tasks. Alam niyo yung mga non-teaching tasks? Ako, ang dami. No? Yung hindi nga related sa teaching and learning, wag na yan. Kasi hindi yung work natin. We come to school to teach so that may benefit sa atin yung mga learners. Yung mga non-teaching tasks, pag marites, yung andun lang nagpapatay oras sa canteen, wag na yan. And then, complains a lot about work. Drop out. Teachers drop out. And then, was often absent. Yung ang dami niyang mga dahilan na bukas kasi ganito, ganon. Huwag na lang kaya papasok. Ganun lang din naman. Kasi gusto niya talaga mag-absent. Teacher drop out. Daming nga mga dahilan. And then does not do anything about people's low performance. O pag low performance si learner niya, sabi niya na, kasalanan niya yan, hayaan mo siya. Ganun. Parang walang pakialam sa performance ng mga bata. Wala talaga. Yung parang kasalanan niya yan, hayaan na yan siya kasi hindi talaga niya kaya matuto. Hindi naman lang siya naghahanap ng way para matuto yung bata. And then, he uses old or teaching aid, yun, parang din kanina yung used na siya, kung ano yung nakakasanayan niya ng mga teaching aids, yung magsulat-sulat ng mga Manila paper, yung mga visual aids na yan. Actually, hindi na po tayo used ngayon dyan, wala na yan, tsapera na yan, kasi we are now in the 21st century. Skills na dapat mga high-tech na ginagamit natin, na meron naman talaga yan sa schools, ano. Kaso nga lang si teacher dropout kasi ayaw niya talaga yan tumanggap ng mga changes, kaya andyan pa rin siya, stick pa rin siya sa kanya Manila paper and everything na maging visual aids niya. And then has little or no knowledge about new concept or trends in teaching. Kasi negative siya sa mga training and seminar. Ayaw niya mag-attend. Hindi na ako pwede dyan, ma'am. Or ma'am principal, sir principal, pwede iba na lang assign nyo kasi hindi na ako dyan. Mag-retire din na naman ako. So, pwede iba na lang training and seminar na ipa-attend nyo. No? Ganon, parang rejects kagad niya dyan pagdating sa mga new knowledge na magiging sana niya. And then, yung gumagawa siya ng report just for compliance. Yung parang, okay na to, basta may report na ako, diba? Na-comply ko na yung report na yun. So, yun, I see teacher dropout. Wala man lang ka-effort just to go to school and then gusto naman, ano kaya yung gusto ng teacher dito? Ito yung mga dapat nating iwasan na teacher. Dapat, when we work as a teacher, dapat be professional tayo kasi dito tayo nabubuhay. Etong teacher dropout, this kind of teacher that would na hindi natin dapat ma-influensya. Instead, kasi kawawa yung mga teacher dito, no? I mean, kawawa yung mga bata, kawawa yung paaralan, and kawawa din yung mga co-teachers niya kung na-influensya niya yung katamaran niya. Kawawa. So, the entire school magiging kawawa. So, instead, kung meron man kayo nakikita na ganito sa school, influence instead yung kind of quality teacher that should possess as a teacher. And my advice, no, if you're one of these or feeling like becoming one of these dropout teacher, please refresh your mind. Kung pwede, mag-leave muna kayo, take vacation, magbakasyon muna kayo, reflect. If you really work for this, I mean, if you're really for this work, or you need to find another comfortable work that you will work productive. Yun. And finally, if we keep motivated and praise God that we have work, for sure, everything will fall into places and will be positive. We will be working positive in the school, and definitely we could provide productive learners for the future. We could create learners that would be more professional in the future. So, yun lang. Thank you for watching. Once again, pasensya na po talaga kayo sa background ko kasi magulo. But then, I'll just like to share this for Teacher Squadron. So, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.